but what kind of stuff can the school board change? And what kind of stuff can't you change? I'm so mad at myself that I didn't ask that earlier, and I feel like that is probably the most important question.
It's okay. It's giving time for one of my board members to let me know when our next school committee meeting is. I'm like texting, like, when is it?
No,
It's not on the calendar yet.
yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, that was just something that, because I know that obviously your power is limited on certain aspects, but it's like if people started flooding your inbox going, hey, the school lunch sucks,
Yes,
that's something that you guys could change. It's not. What is it?
that's a good question. So, and this is where I think there needs to be more community outreach about what we do, because people are so confused. Like, they don't understand what a school committee member is. Like I said, I was a teacher and I didn't understand what a school committee member was. Like, I didn't get it. Um, and so we're in charge of hiring and firing the superintendent.
Okay, interesting.
We are in charge of policy.
Okay, such as.
All those handbooks that you have to sign, like when you're in school, and like
Yep.
they're like, bring this home and have your parents sign it. Like, all those policy manuals, we have a policy subcommittee that
Writes that.
that writes that. Yeah, like, we work with the school to write those. Yeah, so we have subcommittees that we work on, but essentially hiring and firing the superintendent, policy manual, and then there's kind of like constituent concerns, right? So like, if someone comes to me and says, like, my kid had a problem on the bus and I don't know what to do, like, I can get them resources to reach out to transportation. I can't tell a teacher what to teach. Like, I couldn't go in, like, when I was promoting the Americanism essay, I couldn't, like, say, like, let's say I even knew a teacher, I couldn't say to them, hey, can you,
Yeah, can you promote this?
yeah, I can't do that. I kind of have to, like, we have to work with the superintendent on ideas. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm still figuring out what I do as a school committee member, but essentially that's what we do. And we vote on issues, right? Like, we vote on things. So when you look at the agenda, and we oversee the budget, the most important thing. We oversee the budget. So oversee the budget, policy making, and then hiring and firing the superintendent. But there's also kind of like this fourth thing that we do, which is like constituent concerns.
Right.
And they say you're supposed to follow the chain of command. So like, if you have a concern that's going on in your kid's classroom, you're supposed to talk with the teacher first. And then depending on how that goes, if the problem is solved or not, you go to the principal.
Right.
And then if you go to the principal and you still feel like there's not a resolution, then you go to the superintendent. And then if you go to the superintendent and you feel like it's still not resolved, then you would reach out to the school committee. But then there are other things that may happen that immediately warrant you going to the school committee, right? Like, if a child was found unattended outside during the day, which did happen, then you would go, that's something that everybody should be aware of, right? So there's definitely this gray area of like, what are you responsible for? What are you not responsible for? But anytime anyone comes to me with like a concern, I'm going to take it seriously.
Okay. No, that was just something that I just thought of too. Like, what can you do? It's not like you can just get elected to the board, walk in and go, all right, so we're going with an all vegan lunch plan now. That's not really something that you guys could do.
Right. But let's say townwide parent council got together and was like, we're concerned about the breakfast being too sugary.
Right.
And all of a sudden, all the elementary schools are like, yeah, my kid's eating cinnamon buns for breakfast. There's no protein. There's no healthy carb. There's no healthy fat. Right. Well, then, like, they might take that concern to the superintendent. And now, like, we kind of might end up looking at our food policy and and we might look into nutrition laws, and there is a way to do that. So there was a school committee member in Cohasset who did take a lot of action in revamping their nutrition program. So it's kind of interesting because there is stuff we don't have control over, but then at the same time, I feel like there's a lot we can do. And I think sometimes people and me as a new member figuring out what that is, I think that's something I'll figure out with time, like what's in my control and what's out of my control, and what does the constituent need to do first in order to eventually make it a policy or eventually get it to something that may come circle back around to the board.